Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Friday, January 19th, 2024. Good morning. I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with breaking news on New Japan Pro Wrestling's Kazuchika Okada. Okada will be officially departing the promotion after his contract runs out at the end of the month, according to an official announcement released last night. The announcement indicated that Okada would fulfill a handful of remaining dates in February, including February 11th in Osaka and February 23rd and 24th in Sapporo, before departing the company where he's made his home for nearly 17 years. Said Okada in the statement, quote, "I have nothing but gratitude for having been a part of New Japan Pro Wrestling since 2007, and for New Japan Pro Wrestling bringing me from a 19-year-old kid off the plane in Mexico to the rainmaker I am today. Thank you to the best of companies in NJPW, to the best of opponents that I've been able to face here, and to the best of fans that have cheered and booed over the years. I promise to make it rain in every match I have left, so keep watching." End quote. Okada has been a 7-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion, as well as a 4-time winner of the G1 Climax and a 2-time winner of the New Japan Cup. It is not known where he might be next headed full-time, although he has recently made an appearance for TNA Wrestling. Ring of Honor streamed last night on Honor Club and featuring matches taped last Saturday in Norfolk, Virginia and on January 10th in Jacksonville, Florida. In the main event, the Undisputed Kingdom duo of Matt Taven and Mike Bennett defeated the Iron Savages to retain the ROH World Tag Team title. El Hijo del Vikingo defended the AAA Mega Championship with a win over Action Andretti. This was Vikingo's third defense of the title on a Ring of Honor show. In the night's other title defense, Kyle Fletcher retained the ROH World TV title against Christopher Daniels. In an 8-woman tag team match, the team of Billy Starks, Queen Aminata, Lady Frost, and Kiera Hogan beat the team of Layla Hirsch, Rachel Ellering, Taya Valkyrie, and Robin Renegade. In other selected results, Claudio Castagnoli beat Brian Keith, Mark Briscoe topped Serpentico, and Top Flight defeated the Butcher and the Blade in the opener. In WWE news, World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins has been pulled from this weekend's house shows, according to PW Insider. Rollins reportedly injured his knee during his title defense against Jinder Mahal last Monday on Raw and is being given time to rest and heal. Rollins will be replaced by Randy Orton on tomorrow night's show in Montgomery, Alabama, and on Sunday night's event in Jackson, Mississippi. In ratings news, Wednesday's episode of AEW Dynamite grew 12% in total viewership on TBS, going from 797,000 viewers last week to 891,000 viewers this week, according to WrestleNomics. The rating in the key 18 to 49-year-old demographic was .33, also up from last week's .29 key demographic number. Tuesday night's episode of NXT drew an audience of 683,000 to USA Network, according to WrestleNomics. That's down 5% from last week's audience of 722,000 viewers. In the key 18 to 49-year-old demographic, the rating was a .19, down from last week's .21 key demo rating. TNA Impact aired last night as well on Access TV, featuring matches taped last Sunday at the Palms Casino Resort in Las Vegas. Nick Nemeth, the former Dolph Ziggler, appeared on the show and declared his intention to win the TNA World Championship. He was interrupted by Steve Macklin, who ended up taking a zigzag from Nemeth. In the main event of the show, Josh Alexander defeated Will Ospreay. In a 6-way match, Jake Something emerged victorious over El Hijo del Vikingo, Kushida, Laredo Kid, Speedball Mike Bailey, and Trey Miguel. In other results, Zaya Brookside defeated Tasha Steelz, and the Grizzled Young Veterans beat Eric Young and Frankie Kazarian. After the match, Kazarian turned on his tag team partner. And turning to Pro Wrestling Illustrated, the April issue of PWI went on sale yesterday, featuring the winners of the 52nd Annual PWI Achievement Awards. The award for Wrestler of the Year went to WWE World Champion Seth Rollins. Rollins was also named number 1 on the PWI 500 for 2023. Rollins was previously voted Wrestler of the Year in 2015. Judgment Day dominated the awards, with Rhea Ripley winning Woman of the Year, Dominic Mysterio winning Most Hated, and the group as a whole winning Faction of the Year. They also won Match of the Year, which was given to Rhea Ripley against Charlotte Flair from WrestleMania 39. This was the third time that a women's match has won the award. In other awards, FTR captured Tag Team of the Year for the first time. Matt Cardona won Indie Wrestler of the Year. Sami Zayn against the Bloodline was recognized as Feud of the Year. Cody Rhodes won Most Popular. Mark Briscoe won Most Inspirational. Trinity took Comeback of the Year. LA Knight was voted Most Improved. And Saul Ruka was voted Rookie of the Year. PWI's Stanley Weston Award for Lifetime Achievement, voted on by the editorial staff of the magazine, went to Sting and to the late Nancy Benoit. Aside from the Weston Award, PWI Achievement Awards are voted on by the readers of PWI and have been presented in the pages of Pro Wrestling Illustrated since 1982 and were previously presented in earlier Western wrestling magazines dating back to 1973. In the interest of transparency, we note that the Wrestling News' news editor, Brian Solomon, is a member of the PWI editorial staff. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the Wrestling News 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.